having that dream again. We are the emissaries from the void.
Welcome back to Emissaries from the Void. I'm Tristan.
And I'm Ari. And you can't see it, but we're sitting in the exact same position but mirrored.
Is that voidy enough for you?
Look at them. They're all sitting in the same position.
Symmetry.
Hello. Welcome back to my living room, everybody. Today, we bring you a deceptively influential film, in my opinion.
Deceptively influential. Okay.
Right. Like, you might not have heard of it, but if you were to watch it along with us, audience, you would see so much of its DNA in things like The Matrix.
I think most people have heard of it, but maybe that's my age showing.
Fair enough. Had a lot of things in it that were carried over into early 2000s cinema. So,
we're talking about Run, Lola Run,
which is a German film. Honestly, like that kind of helps its vibe and flavor a little bit, in my opinion. I felt, I don't think if this film had been shot in English, it would have the same impact.
Okay.
The overall dynamism of the German language really helps accentuate the comedy in this. And
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
This is one of my favorite movies and has been since high school or college.
Before Ari was born.
Not before you were born. I'm not that old.
This movie came out 1 year after I was born.
Okay.
How does it feel to be old, Tristan?
I think it sucks.
It's like kind of bullshit.
So it's kind of like a little bit deceptive in the way that I feel like it's a little bit deeper than people give it credit for. Like it's
Mad agree.
Yeah. It's a very like kind of action oriented, high gloss, although very low budget.
Mm-hmm.
Gloss in the way of like early Guy Ritchie style. It has a lot of style.
It has a lot of style. Oozing with style. Oozing with just charisma. This is a very charismatic film. This film is so charming that like even if you're not really into the genre of like action, you would still get something out of it. Like if you like superhero films, you'll like this film because it has the same kind of like color and like presentation. If you like action films, you'll like this because it's basically nonstop action from the start till like the very end. If you like weird supernaturally adjacent kind of films, there's something here for you as well because there's time travel shenanigans. It really just kind of it's just like a life of the party. There's something here for everybody.
Yeah.
It's a very like appealing film to a very wide berth without feeling like it's selling out or anything like that. Like it just brings something to the table that everybody might like.
Yeah.
So Tristan,
Yes.
what was this movie about?
So to me, Run Lola Run is kind of about the razor's edge that we all walk without even realizing it. Like how vulnerable we are to the whims of fate. There's a lot of like chaos theory or like butterfly effect in this movie. Small changes to the plot have huge consequences.
There is a word from the Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows, which is a book I recommend everybody who likes our podcast picks up because it's just words that were made up to describe very specific things.
Yeah.
But my favorite word from the book, and one of the words that the author of that book has chosen to make one of the videos on YouTube about, so you can check out, is Sonder. Sonder is the realization that every single person that you pass is the main character of their own story.
Yeah.
So this film really made me feel that word while I was listening. Look, while I was listening to it. I was listening to it and watching it. While I was watching this movie, I got
this
huge
movie
flashes.
is an audio-visual experience, listeners. The first of its kind.
The first of its kind, yeah. All other movies are either one or the other. But the word Sonder.
Yeah.
It's easy for us all to get main character syndrome all the time, right? Because the only person who you have an unbroken dialogue with is yourself at the end of the day. Like Tristan and I are best friends, but we see each other a handful of times in the week. We do spend a lot of time together for people, but Tristan isn't constantly here with an unfiltered access to my presence and my thoughts and my everything.
Right.
And so it's very easy to, in your own mind, start to just kind of see yourself as the main character of the narrative, and not like in a conceited or narcissistic way, but just
right.
You know, it's your story. You know, it's your life to live.
Mm-hmm.
And so Sonder kind of is just like it's an important grounding tool, I think. And once I learned that word and put a word to that concept, I started to realize that this is a thing I had been doing my whole life, which was just when I saw somebody, I tried to visualize myself in their position. And this film has a lot of that in it. Lola will bump into people and then we'll get a flash of their future, basically. And then when the time travel shenanigans happen and she bumps into the same person, we get a view of their future and it's different.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the heart of Sonder as a concept, but it's also the heart of chaos theory.
Yeah.
And so I will agree with you that, like, if this was a wine tasting, the notes of chaos theory would be front and center in the front of our mouth.
Yeah.
With subtle notes of mysticism and some notes of science fiction, light sprinklings of fatalism almost. Like, you know, tell me how you feel about this. This film and chaos theory at large is basically exploring the idea of fate without God. Like, fate is not a being sitting there spooling your thread in the loom of the world. Fate is a manifestation of the chaos noise of the universe creating patterns. And so your future is already determined well in advance of you actually getting there, but not because someone has designed it that way, but just because you don't really have as much control over your life as you think you do.
We were talking after we watched it about the vast number of variables that are far beyond our control or even conception.
Right. So, like, if I walk over to the other side of the room where I keep my sodas and I pull out a Coke or I pull out a Sprite, I am making a choice, and that is within my control to choose what of those two things I want, or to get one at all, right? But the material conditions that have led me to live in this apartment and to have the means by which I can buy those sodas, or the material conditions that have led me to continue to live here where 15 minutes away from where I was born, right? These things are well beyond my control. And the factors that have led to those things have largely manifested as a direct result of the fact that I was born into poverty. And so my fate was written for me almost without me even having anything to say about it. But like, it's not like a being is sitting here like contemplating my fate. It's, you know, I could win the lottery tomorrow and completely change my destiny. But if my material conditions don't change, there is a set list of fill in the boxes of things that can await me. You know, perhaps I will die because I'm not able to get the medical care I need, or perhaps I'll live to be 80 years old, but I will be impoverished and I won't have the money to afford anything, and I'll have to live with somebody else or go into a home or something. You know, the further away things are from you, the further removed they are socially, or the longer into the future they are, the less control and the less predictability you have over them. But they are still going to shape your future.
Right.
And so the heart of this film, Lola's superpower, is that she can reset to a certain point. Like, at the very least, she can reset herself back the 20 minutes before things happen. And what that's trying to demonstrate is that despite the fact that there is a chaos theory derived fate that we all have. Small changes in the system can have huge consequences that completely change. Because like as she begins to go into the past and relive the day or relive the 20 minutes, there are certain things that remain, certain constants. So the ambulance is always passing by her at a certain point. The Mr. Meyer is always pulling out of his driveway. The car that he hits twice is always driving past him. But the person inside her hallway, the first time she runs past them, the second time he trips her, and the third time she completely jumps over his dog. So there are certain things like in close proximity to her that are different each time she resets, but the grander things are still in place because it's not enough time for those to have really been altered by the butterfly effect.
So just to give a brief synopsis, this movie is about Lola and her boyfriend Manny. Manny is a kind of a low-level criminal.
Both Lola and him are actually like kind of scummy. Like we root for Lola because of protagonist bias, but like her first instinct in this film is to fucking help him rob a fucking store.
Lola is ride or fucking die
for Manny.
Yeah. She will do whatever it takes.
Literally bend the rules of reality.
That too. Yeah. So Manny has this like kind of trial job with his crime boss to like kind of prove that he's worth promoting into the ranks, and he's like smuggling diamonds or something. Lola was supposed to pick him up at the drop point or whatever, but she, due to circumstances beyond her control, was not able to make it there. And so he's forced to like take a train home, and he leaves 100,000 Deutschmarks in a bag on the train when like cops show up, and he slips out the door. So he's on the hook for 100,000 marks, and his boss is going to kill him if he doesn't get it. And so Lola says, like, give me 20 minutes before you do anything drastic, and I'll just try to get the money somehow. The first thing that she does is go to her dad, who works at a bank. He's like the president of the bank.
Yeah, he's like, he is literally the president of the bank. It's like a money transfer bank. It's more of like a, it's not like a, like they've got American dollars, and he deals with a lot of money is the point. Yeah.
So she goes there to beg for money. In the first go through, she fails, and she runs to Manny, who has decided to rob a grocery store. She tries to stop him, but she's too late, so she joins him.
Yeah, she's just like, fuck it, let's rob this store.
Yeah.
She like...
They get the money, but the cops quickly corner them. Manny throws the bag of money in the air, and one of the cops, distracted by that, accidentally pulls the trigger and shoots Lola in the chest. And she's like, I can't die here. And so she doesn't.
Yeah, she just restarts. She Groundhog Days this shit.
Yeah.
And she goes back to the moment at the start of the film. It's ambiguous if she retains she retains subconscious understanding, because in the first go around she learns how to take the safety off a gun, and then in the second go around she does it seamlessly without effort. So clearly there is some kind of
subconscious bleeding of information through the multiverse or something.
Right.
So we get 3 takes of this 20 minutes, basically. And
a lot of cardio. Like, Lola puts in the cardio. It's called Run, Lola, Run for a reason. She fucking runs in this. This movie is mostly her running places.
To some bomb-ass German techno.
Yeah.
But throughout these 3 segments, as Ari alluded to, she'll bump into certain people or interact with them in some way, and then we'll get snapshots of their future, which change drastically based on tiny differences. And also the differences in just her timing result in vastly different outcomes for her.
Right, exactly. But to like give example to that, in the first go around, her dad is having this conversation with another executive of the bank,
his mistress,
another president of the bank.
Right.
She's telling him like, I'm pregnant. Do you want to have a baby with me? And then she busts into the room at that point, and in his mind, in her dad's mind, he's like, oh, I can fucking leave this family that I hate and go be with this other woman.
Yeah, and tells Lola, like, I'm not even your real dad.
He calls her a cuckoo's egg.
Yeah.
Which is not a way to refer to a bastard child I've ever heard. But, like, I kind of like that as, like, a way to say that. Because it's like, really insulting and brutal because, like, cuckoos are parasites.
Exactly.
Anyway, but the second go around, she takes longer to get there. Mm-hmm. Her dad's mistress can finish her sentence and basically say that this is another man's baby inside me.
Yeah.
Do you still want to raise?
So his feelings are very different.
Yeah, and so when she barges in, he's in a completely different headspace than in the first one. Because in the first go around, he's arrogant and confident about it, and then in the second go around, he's thinking to himself, "Oh, not again," because we know that, but Lola doesn't. He doesn't tell Lola the second time around. But in the first time around, we realize why this would devastate him so much because he's actually like really torn up about it.
Yeah.
And Lola goes in and asks for money.
Yeah.
The first one, he kicks her out of the bank.
Yeah, has her escorted out.
And in the second timeline, he's just like, look, I'm not going to help you. Like, how much money do you need? Because he's like, oh, how much money will make you go away? Like, because I want to deal with this problem. And then she's like, no, I need like 100,000 marks. I need so much money.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, well, go away. What? And she's just like, fine, fuck you, dad. Yeah. And then she goes out and then she takes the security guard's gun and goes in and fucking robs the goddamn bank.
Yes.
Which, again, Lola is like the luckiest bitch on the planet because she robs the fucking bank. She goes out of the bank and the cops are all there and she's like, oh, I'm dead. Mm-hmm. But then the cops are like, no, get out of here. Like, because they assume that it can't be her who's robbed the fucking bank.
Yeah. They didn't get a description, apparently.
And so she runs and she goes to give him the money. She makes it in time before Manny goes into the store, but Manny gets hit by a car. Gets hit by an ambulance, which is hilarious.
Yes. And then the third go around, basically the first 2 times, she's narrowly avoided being hit by this guy who's pulling out of an alleyway or like a private garage, whatever. And that has caused him to run into
3 burly German men.
3 burly German men.
I could not. Every time it happened, I lost my mind because it's so funny to watch these 3 incredibly jacked burly German men get out of this car and just like stand around. And because it's just the way they're looking at him and like.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's so fucking funny.
Yeah. This movie has a lot of like really clever, funny moments. It's very Doug Liman-ish.
Yeah.
In its style of humor.
It's like, it's nice to see a movie that's not a dark comedy. Like, I mean, there are some dark comedic moments in this film, but like the comedy in this film feels a little bit more overt than like the last film that we watched and reviewed, which was just a straight up like black comedy.
Yeah.
But so that happens, and then in the third go around, though, she stops that from happening. But Mr. Meyer is his name, and he goes to meet Lola's dad, and that's why he's not at the bank when she gets there.
Yeah. But
they get in a car wreck anyway, and they presumably die. I don't know. It's left ambiguous as to what happens.
Yeah, not clear. But the point is, her dad is not even an option at that point, so she just starts running blindly. And starts praying to
Lady Luck. Fortuna,
the universe. Yeah.
The Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not the game show, the actual concept and
right.
metaphysics. She's praying to luck, I think. I think that she is an acolyte of luck. She's like a true believer in luck as a concept, and chaos theory is really just a scientific explanation for luck.
Yeah.
So she's praying that luck favors her just once, which, bitch, luck has been favoring you this entire time. But I guess Fortuna looks at her and says, "Yeah, you know what, bitch, I'll give you one more." Like, because she goes into a casino.
Yeah. Fate leads her to a casino, and not just like an ordinary casino, but a high-end, ritzy casino.
Yes. She's like, "How does this work?"
Yeah. And she also has to like beg to be let in wearing her street clothes.
Yeah.
So she goes in there and she puts her 100 mark roulette, puts it on 20, and she wins. And then security start eyeing her. They try to get her to leave, but she's like, "No, I need to do this.
One more game." One more game.
She puts everything on 20 again. And as it's spinning, she lets out this primal scream that shatters.
Yeah, that's the thing she does a couple of times in this film. That's another of her superpowers, apparently, is she can scream so loud she can break glass.
Breaks a bunch of stuff, freaks everybody out, but it lands on 20 again. And she has her 100,000 marks. Everybody's just kind of stunned.
Yeah. Like, and shows up, wins big, leaves, refuses to elaborate.
Yeah. And in the meantime, Manny, through his own set of fate circumstances, has regained his lost 100,000 marks.
Short a few dollars, but...
Right. But from the homeless man who had grabbed it from the train. So at the end of the movie, she shows up with her money and Manny doesn't even need it. And they're walking away and he's like, "Oh, what's the bag for?"
Exactly. And, what I took this as kind of is when we try to control our fate, oftentimes it's unnecessary. Like, the path we take to control our fate either leads us to our doom or it becomes superfluous. Like, Lola tries to control Manny's fate, and it's only when Manny is allowed to be left to his own devices that he truly is able to recover his own self. Like, he fixed his own mistake and that power that he was given. And like, the homeless person asks him for the gun in exchange for the 100,000 marks. Yeah. So it's like, for abandoning his attempt to control his fate, which is the gun, represented by the gun, he has surrendered himself back to the cosmic chaos. Yeah. That is now rewarding him for that by giving him his money back and allowing him to survive. Yeah. And doubly rewarding him because Lola has 100,000 marks now that they get to just have. Yep. Right. That's their money. So
the casino scene is really what I feel is like kind of the crux of the movie.
Okay. Let's talk about it.
Even though I've seen this film probably a dozen times, watching it this time, I was really struck by the feeling that like these elites occupying this space are kind of the keepers of fate. They're the fortunate ones of society, and they're also the gatekeepers of fortune.
True. And they're also like praying at the altar of fortune. They're fellow acolytes of luck. It's just that like they're like a different denomination, if that makes sense. Yeah. Like yeah. I see Lola as an acolyte of luck. She is a follower of Lady Luck, but she's just she worships differently is kind of how I saw it.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
you know,
She's not religious. She's spiritual.
yeah, exactly. And so these, like, it's basically like a fucking new age Christian walking into like a Pentecostal church is kind of what happens. That's the kind of vibe I got from this.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, to me, they felt like gods. Like she was walking into Olympus or something.
Interesting. Okay.
It just through sheer force of will kind of invites herself in and stares down the bouncer and then forces luck to bend to her.
It's a very human emotion to just like, we've all said prayers to Lady Luck even if we haven't realized it, because we just, every time you're like, just do it, just make it just this one time. We all want that, like that primal scream that she gives off, demanding that fate align with her, is such a relatable emotion.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like that's where I'm at with it, because I'm like, yeah, no, I've felt that before too, where you're just like, God, just give me this thing, just like once. I haven't been able to. I haven't been able to scream at the lottery to give it to me like that, but you know. But it's relatable. It's an excellent visualization of these emotions that we all have felt. Anyone who's played the fucking lottery and like is in a position like Tristan or myself, unless you're like some bougie ass rich person that happens to be listening to our podcast, you all know what it feels like to have such desperation and just to the idea that you could just have the money fall into your lap and solve your problems.
Yeah.
It's relatable.
And by the way, if you're considering buying a lottery ticket, we looked it up and the odds are much greater to get the same number in roulette twice in a row.
Yes, actually, it really is. It's depending on what kind of roulette you're playing, whereas European roulette has one less on its turntable. It's like 1 in 1,200.
They're still low odds, but compared to a lottery ticket, you have a much higher chance.
It's kind of crazy. But, you know, honestly, but playing the lottery, still, it's a rush. The belief that you could win is the appeal of playing the damn lottery. Like, you know.
Yeah, people have whole, like, rituals that they'll follow to, like, get luck on their side when scratching.
We all want luck on our side. We all want the chaos of the universe to create a pattern in which we can come out on top. It's not like and I don't even mean it like in a billionaire sense, because like I would fix so many of my friends' problems with that money. Like my focuses are like so on my community, but I still want it. Yeah. And that desire is the same desire that someone who wants it for selfish reasons wants it. We all want our fortunes to turn. We want to stop feeling like everything about our life is falling apart or that it's out of our control. Like Lola, this whole film is just Lola literally bending reality because she refuses to let anything be out of her control. And then in the end, realizing that she didn't need it at all to begin with.
Yeah. So there are also these sort of interstitial scenes, flashbacks to her conversations with Manny, pillow talk conversations.
Yes.
Where like in the first one, she's asking him all these questions that basically amount to, would you still love me if I was a worm?
Yeah, I know. It's so, it's so relatable. Like it's such a girl brain thing to be like, would you still love me if I X, Y, Z?
Yeah. And like, how do you know I'm the one?
It's just girl brain stuff. It's just girl brain talk. I don't know what else to say. And then he, of course, when we get his side of it, he's asking a genuine question, which is such a guy brain question. He's like, yeah, like what if I died? You just move on from me. Like you don't really like wouldn't care. Like, yeah, it's so funny. He's like, yeah, I know you're the one, but I know that if I died tomorrow, you'd replace me. And these are punctuated by Lola and Manny dying, respectively, saying, no, but his is a question and hers is a statement.
Right.
She's like, I refuse this to be my end. And he's like, she's like, you're not going to die. And he's like, no, I'm not going to die. Like, really? Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
And yeah, he doesn't die. Resets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here's what I was thinking about. I think that the blind lady who is helping out Manny at the phone booth is one of the most important figures in this film.
Okay.
I think she's Lady Luck. Kinda. Like, because Luck is blind. Okay, so our ancestors had this idea of luck as a god, as an entity that could decide very specifically to bless you with fortune. In fact, there's a story from Caesar. He's coming into Rome, and his spoke breaks on his wagon right underneath the Temple of Fortuna, goddess of luck, and everyone saw that as his luck had run out.
Yeah.
He was no longer favored by the goddess of luck. And this was very shortly before his assassination, so there's a little bit of that. Now, that could be apocryphal, right? But the point is that the classical understanding of luck is that it is an entity that can grant you favor over others. But chaos theory shows that luck is more of a ineffable, unforeseeable force that does favor people over other people, and it's just pure chance. It's just a law of large numbers kind of thing. So Lady Luck being blind shows that the random chances that we interact with are the true source of luck. Luck is a descriptive term for a mechanism of the universe. Like, the universe runs mechanically. It runs in systems that are not arbitrary, but there are so many of those systems, and the way they interact with each other is so chaotic that you end up with these vastly different circumstances. And in the first go around, she leaves her card with him for the phone, because they have like a phone card or whatever.
Right.
She leaves her card with him, and to, like, I think, subtly encourage him to wait longer than he was planning to, make more calls, because by the time we get to the third go around, she's literally grabbing him and saying, "Wait." And he and like literally she's like, "Wait just a moment," and then the guy that stole his money shows up, and it's like, she is not favoring Manny. She is encouraging him to wait, because the random mechanisms of the universe will lead him to the situation that will succeed. If that makes sense.
And there's one other person who seems like he might be kind of in on it, and that's the bank security guard.
Yes, the bank security guard's fucking weird.
Yeah.
He is the narrator of the story, kinda. Like, he frames the story, if at least.
Before the opening credits, before the first sequence,
there's 3 opening credits in this film. Like, audience, just aside for a moment, there are 3 opening credits in this film, and all 3 of them are so stylistically different from each other that it's very...
But yeah, there's this kind of ethereal sequence where the camera's kind of weaving through this crowd of blurry figures, and we see each of the people that Lola interacts with, where we see their fates.
Yes.
But it's being narrated by this security guard. We all ask ourselves questions, but the questions only lead to more questions.
And the answers are the same, and the questions are the same.
Yeah.
And it's like, really at the end of the day, we all know the rules.
Yeah, the ball is round. Game lasts 90 minutes.
Everything else is just theory.
But that guy is also the security guard at the bank, and most of his interactions, he's just kind of a snide piece of shit.
He's kind of a creep, honestly.
Yeah.
He kind of leers at Lola.
Oh, come to get money from daddy, or shit like that. But then on the last go around, he says, "Oh, you've arrived." She doesn't even go into the bank on that one.
Because her dad's already gone. Like, she sees him getting in the car with Mr. Meyer that she prevented from getting into a crash, and
he says, "Oh, you've finally arrived," or something, and she gives him the same like cold stare.
Yeah, like I never want someone to look at me the way that Lola looks at the security guard. Like,
yeah,
like I was like, because Lola's hot as fuck, and so like when she looks at the security guard like that, I'm like, ooh. I don't want a hot woman to look at me like that ever. Because
it's a shriveling stare. Yeah.
I'm like, shit.
So yeah, we have these kind of players placed around the plot.
There are a couple of people who seem in on it, that like they know something is up.
Yeah.
You know, oftentimes our first solution to a problem is not the correct one. Oftentimes our first solution to a problem is, it seems like the best answer. It seems like the most obvious answer. And a lot of times we can't even get out of our own heads about it. Like your car breaks down. The immediate answer for that is to like call a tow or something. But, you know, if you're forced to sit with it for a little while, you might have other solutions come to mind that can get you where you need to go without having to pay $1 bazillion for a tow, right?
Yeah.
It's stuff like that. Like, sure, the immediate answer can solve the problem very well. Like, it can. But oftentimes the best answer to a problem has to be troubleshot from a larger pool of information.
Right.
That may or may not be available to you at the given time.
Right.
So, like, in the timeline where she's finally denied the ability to go talk to her dad, that's the timeline where
she goes to the casino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you want to talk about the song that you sent me messages about?
Yeah. Let's talk about the music, because up until yesterday, I thought, you know, Tom Tykwer is the director of this movie. He also wrote it. I figured he was just a big fan of techno and like, you know, rave music. And so he like picked the best tracks. Like, I got to use these in a movie. Turns out he fucking wrote most of the music himself too. Or not technically himself, but he co-wrote most of the music, which is pretty badass.
Yeah. And there's one specific that plays a couple of times that has very interesting lyrics.
Yeah. It says, "I wish I was a hunter in search of different food. I wish I was an animal that fit into that mood.
I wish I was a person with unlimited breath. I wish I was a heartbeat that never comes to rest." So what does it mean to be a hunter in search of different food?
Right.
I had sent you my thoughts on it, and I'll go over them, but I want to hear yours first.
Yeah. That's fair. Because I asked you this yesterday, and I've been thinking about it.
Opens up Tristan's skull. It's just a hamster losing their fucking mind in a wheel.
So yeah, a hunter in search of different prey. I guess that kind of speaks to like changing your fate, like you feeling trapped, like kind of going after the same means to the same end, just surviving. So if you could change your prey, then you could change your whole way of being, essentially, just by having different opportunities.
Okay. So I will kind of refresh myself on what I told you. Okay. So what I said was, we yearn for things we do not have. We are hunters, and she feels trapped by the prey of her circumstances.
Yeah.
So I wish I was a hunter in search of different food. Lola is achieving the objective. Like, she is a woman of pure fucking willpower. Like, she is just like got that stat maxed. She knows what she's doing. She knows what she wants. But in the moment of her desperation, she is perhaps wishing that the object of her willpower was different, because she herself is feeling overwhelmed and scared by what's happening.
You had another section highlighted, right?
Yes. Now, the part of this, the part of it that I was really resonated with is later in the track. I wish I was a writer who sees what is yet unseen. I wish I was a prayer expressing what I mean. I wish I was a forest of trees that do not hide. I wish I was a clearing, no secrets left inside. That resonates with me. The yearning to just be free of secrets, to be free of, to have been fully discovered, you know, because like, you know, this film is a love story.
Yeah.
Really, like at the heart of it. Like it's, you know, there's a lot of other things going on, but the core of this film is a love story. It's Manny and Lola's love story. And she is ride or die. She wants so much for him to be okay because she loves him so much. She wants to be with him.
Yeah.
And so, you know, she wants to be so free to express herself to him. She wants to, you know,
completely open.
No secrets.
No artifice.
No layers of artifice. Completely delayered, delaminated.
Yeah.
But I also like that line just resonates with me personally. Like we all want to be understood, but the world demands us to put on fronts and to put on airs and to project ourselves in ways that may or may not be as genuine as we want them to be. We want to be seen and appreciated for who we really are, but we are constantly forced to be less than genuine about who we are because it's a survival mechanism.
Do you see that playing out in the larger plot?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I do, because like, okay, so throughout the film, she takes on many different roles. In the first go around, she takes on the role of a co-conspirator. On the second go around, she takes on the role of an actual hardened criminal. Like she doesn't know how to use a fucking gun in the first go around. She's not a criminal, but she's putting on this front because she feels like it's what's necessary to survive.
Yeah.
She has to rob this bank. She has to. But it's only when she's truly stripped that back and is honest with herself and saying, you know, just this one time, just let me win this one time. And she goes in and she utilizes her gifts of somehow being able to manipulate fate. She uses her gifts.
Yeah.
And she's honest about what she wants. She's willing to do anything to get this money. That is when she is successful.
Yeah. It's sort of a pure-hearted wish.
She's then rewarded for it because then she gets to keep the money, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so when she is at her most honest and her least artifice, she is rewarded and finally able to solve the problem and escape the situation. Because Manny's situation has solved itself because of her being honest with herself. Like the butterfly effect of that honesty has led to the situation where Manny has resolved his own problems, especially because Meyer asks her if she's okay and she says no and then carries on. She's honest with him. She doesn't do the like, oh yeah, I'm good. You know, like the white lies that we tell people all the time. She's honest, like, yeah, no, I'm not okay. I'm sorry, I gotta go. And then like, so in the third go around, she's being completely honest, even with people that she doesn't even know that well. Yeah. And that is the heart of the matter. Like, society wants you to think that you have to play a role in front. But people respect sincerity and they respect being honest. And if you are able to do that, then you will succeed in ways that you can't even really comprehend because you've spent your whole life running from the truth and from being honest with people.
And you mentioned when we watched it, there's a little bit of symbolism in the colors of the bags that she gets. The first one is red, and that's when they just fuck everything up.
They do it all wrong. Like, it just goes so wrong. And then green, she does everything right as far as she could with the path that she chose. Right. But gold, finally, to represent that she's achieved not just the goal, but is rewarded the treasure. Yeah. The gold, the treasure that she has is that she gets to be with Manny and everything's fine. Yeah. She can buy a new moped with the 100,000 marks.
Yeah. We didn't even mention that her inciting incident was
somebody stole her fucking moped.
Yeah, she like stopped into a convenience store to get cigarettes, and somebody just like hopped on her moped and sped away, and that's why she was late in the first place.
As a smoker, she has some good fucking cardio.
Yeah, that's true.
It's interesting to watch this film because, you know, I was born in 97, and then like my pivotal youth movie watching was, you know, like 2004, 2005 when I was younger, right? Like that's where I first remember watching movies. And so like, you know, growing up with the Matrix trilogy, growing up with The Rock, growing up with not the actor, the movie The Rock, growing up with just like that 2000s era of film, and to watch this movie and just see so much of what would lead, like, to see the DNA of this film in a lot of those movies that I just kind of like were in the background my whole life. It's kind of crazy. I've never seen this movie before, or even knew it existed until you told me about it. I have to say, like, I was very pleasantly surprised. You know, it's voidy in the sense that like it's really esoteric and it's like presentation of chaos theory. But it's also very accessible. It's probably one of the more accessible films that we've reviewed.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would recommend anybody watches, like, show this to everybody.
Because like the voidy elements, you can just ignore them and still enjoy the movie.
Right. But we watch things specifically for those strange oddities.
Right.
Highly recommend this film. Honestly,
So, Ari, what was one thing you liked and one thing you disliked about Run Lola Run?
I really liked the energy of this film.
Yeah.
It was great to have an action film. Like, despite the fact that there's murder in this, it's a cozy film. It's like high energy but cozy. Like, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's really weird how cozy it is. Not because, like, it's like a low-key film, but just because, like, I felt really comfy while I was watching it. It's just so weird. It's like a weird, like, the characters are in peril, but like you feel relaxed watching them in peril. It's a bizarre clash of emotions that I felt watching this film, but I liked it. It was I had a unique experience watching this film.
Yeah. It really grabs you from the beginning, and the soundtrack is a big part of that.
Yeah, you said it was one of the reasons you like techno.
Yeah, probably a seminal moment in my childhood.
One thing I didn't like, she seems to resolve her problem a little too easily. I wanted more loops, or like implication of more loops. There's only 3 loops in this, and it's kind of like, I feel like maybe my expectations for this subgenre have been set up.
Yeah.
Because someone calculated how long he must have been in the loop in Groundhog Day, and it's like thousands of years.
Yeah.
Which just oh god. I don't know. I would have wanted to see her figure it out more or something, but maybe that would have been against the heart of the film. So if that doesn't count, or if that's not like a legitimate complaint that would ruin the film, then the other thing I really would have wanted them to do better would have been to show more of that Sonder. Like more little vignettes of people's futures or fates or whatever. Yeah. There's a lot of it that's left unexplained, and that's good, because that's the whole point of Sonder. It's like your ship's passing in the night, and you just, this person's having their own fucking deals, and they have their own pain and suffering and struggles and all this shit. So, but like, I wanted more of that, because it's there, but then it kind of gets dropped in the 3rd loop. It doesn't really come up.
Yeah, it kind of goes to the background.
Yeah. And I wanted that more to be the front and center of what the movie was about, because I feel like that's what the movie's about. It's about like how we affect each other without even realizing we are affecting each other.
Right.
Like, bumping into a person on the street by the butterfly effect could cause them to like perish in a storm 3 years from now, because you delayed them that extra second that caused them to meet a person who then they fell in love with, and then they moved to a different location with, and then 3 years from now they die in a hurricane. Like,
yeah, that was one of the fates of the bicycle guy, was he got beat up And then because he got beat up, he met this girl and they
Oh yeah,
married.
he did have a happy ending. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, except for getting beat up. Like, it turned out okay. Yeah, and there's like the whole character of the homeless guy who gets the money, and his fate has changed. And then Manny confronts him and he exchanges that for a gun. We don't know where that goes.
But he looks at that gun with intent.
Oh yeah.
Like he's going to go rob a bank or something. Like, whereas before he might have like used the rest of those marks to go somewhere else. Like, like he could go anywhere he wants to go. He can leave the country and go somewhere else. And
yeah, it would have been interesting to get flash forwards for him.
Yeah.
Like maybe in each case.
I like that they left it ambiguous at the end.
Yeah.
For him specifically. I don't know. The film itself is about Sonder as a concept before that word even existed. But the concept is what it's about. Yeah. It's about like we don't know all the effects that we have on each other. And we talk about the butterfly effect in time travel, but like the butterfly effect literally comes from a seminal paper in the 70s. Like chaos theory, if a butterfly flaps its wings in Brazil, does that lead to hurricanes in Texas?
Right.
I think it's what the title, I might be titling it, but the point is like that's where we get the term butterfly effect from.
Right.
It's not about time travel. It's about
current butterflies.
Yeah, like for example, like my brother went on a trip with his fiance to Arizona. He was going to leave at 10 o'clock, but my mom called him and he left at 7:30. He left earlier than his original plan. And he ran over a nail and popped his tire 4 hours into his trip. Would he have run into that nail and popped his tire 4 hours into his trip if he had left at 10 o'clock like he originally wanted to? No, it's not to say it's my mom's fault that happened. But like the butterfly effect is maybe someone else would have run into that nail and popped their tire before he got there. Yeah. If he had left when he originally wanted to leave. Because my mom's like, oh, you should leave early. Just get it over with because you're going on a fucking 10-hour drive. Yeah. That is the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
And it's not about blame. It's just about like things happen and we cause things to happen to other people.
Right. Yeah. And it's kind of multiplies and exponentially and
becomes it becomes unrecognizable at a certain point.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know, kind of on that note, I want to talk about a few fates that we didn't even mention. One is they all take place in the ambulance, the two that I'm thinking of.
Oh yes.
So there's the ambulance driver who is distracted by Lola running, and in the first one he stops. He manages to stop before he hits these guys carrying a huge pane of glass.
Yes, and in the second one he drives right through that.
Yeah,
like this is what I'm talking about, the comedy. Like they're carrying this comically large piece of glass. And like, where is this glass going to? You look around and there's no building that has a pane of glass
right
this big.
Yeah,
so
they should have driven.
Where the fuck are they taking this glass?
Yeah. But also, one quick note: the stunts work in that makes me really nervous because the first one he really almost hits one of those guys. Yeah, he like stops inches from the guy's knee. But anyway, yeah, we see him run over Manny in the second run through, and he's shocked and devastated.
No, he's not.
I always read it as devastation.
He looks like he just like ran over someone's dog. Like he doesn't look guilty at all. He's like, oh man, this is gonna be so much paperwork later. Like that's how I read that scene. Maybe he's supposed to be devastated. I can appreciate that, but it just doesn't read that way.
But in the third one, the ambulance stops and she just hops in the back.
Yeah.
And there's a guy in the back in critical condition.
He's having a heart attack, basically.
The EMT is like sweating over him, trying to keep his heart pumping. And Lola sits down with him and holds his hand, and he stabilizes.
And she says, I will stay with him.
Yeah.
So it's like, maybe Lola is Lady Luck.
Right, yeah.
Because
or maybe she's just like kind of coming into her power in some way because she just came from the casino.
She manipulates the fate of him to the point where he stabilizes, like, which is possible. If you go into a fibrillation, you can stabilize. It's statistically possible, but it's very unlikely that it's going to happen. But for whatever reason, her holding his hand has caused him to do so. And then she gets out and, again, refuses to elaborate.
Yeah. I feel like it can also be seen as she's making a connection with the other people instead of just like running into them, shoulder checking them as she runs doing her own shit. And so that's like a symbol of growth.
She's learned to be selfless and to take care of her surroundings. Because, again, you don't know who you might butterfly affect with your actions. Being careless, like, you can't avoid bad fates for everybody, but if you are careless, you will make more bad fates for people around you than if you are careful. If you take heed and you pay attention to those around you and you care about others around you, you're going to put more good into the world than anything else. And that's what kind of ties into my beliefs about stochastic optimism, which is that good collects more than evil. Evil eats itself. And so when you do bad things, you will eventually become buried by the mountain of good things that people do for each other. Giving a shit about other people is powerful and it shapes their fates. Just the simple act of giving a fuck about other people shapes their fates.
Yeah.
But that's just Ari's, hope hug box for a moment, Things can get better, y'all, and, good lasts longer than evil.
Yeah.
Anyway, what about you? What is one thing you liked and one thing you didn't like?
I think one thing that I liked about Run Lola Run is the kind of breadth of emotional beats that we get. And the ambulance scene is a good example of that, of this kind of surreal, serene moment that, nothing feels out of place in this movie. It runs from one thing to the next, quite literally. And it has those moments of humor that are more enjoyable because they're so unexpected and they come so organically out of what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the humor of this movie for sure. And I vibe with what you're saying. It's kind of similar to what mine is. Like, I like the energy, the vibes. We're on a vibe kick, everybody. It's this movie's got good vibes.
Like you said that this movie is nonstop action from beginning to end. And in my experience, people only say that about movies that aren't literally nonstop action. Like, it's fine that you say that. Like, that's the impression that it leaves you with.
Fucking Ari's.
But
oh, we can't say that. Sorry.
Jeez.
Gotta cut that out. I can't say that. Oh.
I'll just bleep it and people won't. No.
I'm sorry. I forgot we're not allowed to say that word.
But, like, it's a sign of good pacing.
Yeah,
because it's something that people say about Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh yeah.
But if you actually look at it, there are long sections of quiet, and it's it taking its time to breathe that allows the action to still have impact by the end of it.
Right. The intro of a movie sets the pace, and this film starts with her literally throwing a phone and it landing perfectly on the
unless you count the animated sequence of it, which
fair.
I think, the editing is very, very 90s, but in a good way.
Yeah, no, I don't feel it's dated at all.
It's really fun. It's kind of music video-ish. Like when they're having their frantic first conversation on the phone, Lola realizes before he says it that he left the bag on the on the train. She's like, Tasche, Tasche, Tasche. They like have this whole montage of like every take of them saying.
They do that a few times in this film where they like say the same
repeated,
word.
Yeah.
I like it. I personally find it very tasteful.
Yeah, for sure.
It is true though. Like if someone did it today, they'd be like, "Oh, you're making a pastiche to the '90s."
Yeah, a little bit.
The vibes of this film kind of reminds me of Swordfish, the way it's edited and
interesting.
Yeah, but like Swordfish has like a piss filter over the whole fucking movie.
Yeah,
it's like, which this movie is not like that. This movie is very colorful.
Yes,
and there's very deliberate color. Lola's hair is bright cherry red.
Yep,
and she's wearing a blue shirt and green pants, but they're like pastel, so it like makes her hair stand out even more. And then the phone's red, the bag is red in the first go around.
Her whole room is green.
Yeah.
Good color design. Okay, one thing that I didn't care for as much.
Say something bad about your favorite movie. One of your favorite movies.
I will reiterate that I kind of want to know more about the homeless man who takes the money. I like kind of want him to be more of a character.
Yeah, he's really not like he's so important, but he's just the MacGuffin.
Yeah, ultimately.
This movie is so tightly edited that like it's
exactly.
It would be a different film, but I
Very
do
efficient.
agree with you. Like I kind of like the idea of like he drives away on the bike and we see him like the like Polaroids and it shows him like robbing a bank or something and then like but getting away with it or something, like, you know what I mean, like something like it shows him on like a beach in like Cancun or something, like chilling with a Mai Tai or something, like, and it would have been a last little hit of comedy before we get the really somber, very heartfelt reunion between Manny and Lola. Because despite the fact that they've gotten to each other, like she's gotten to him twice in this film, it feels like the first time that they've reunited and gotten to talk. So if you find a plastic bag full of money on the subway, consider twice about picking it up, or you might have a strange man assault you and then give you a gun.
And then you end up on the beach.
Yeah.
And if you don't, just scream really loudly.
Yeah, scream so loudly. Where's the cat?
Gadget, get in here. This has been Emissaries from the Void with Ari Stell Hawthorne and myself, Tristan Bowersox. New episodes will be released every other week with short bonus content we're calling liminals in the off weeks. The intro music is Now I Hear Little Dreams by Captive Portal, and the outro music is Arcadia by White Bat Audio. You can find us on Blue Sky at Void Emissaries, and remember that's single M double S. You can find Ari as Obscurity on most platforms and me on Blue Sky and Letterboxd as TB McQueen. The latter is where you will find our watch list and suggest movies you'd like to hear us dissect. You can also email us at emissariesfromthevoid@outlook.com to give feedback, alternate takes on the movies we've discussed, questions, suggestions, etc. Emissaries from the Void is a Void Opal podcast produced by TB McQueen Creative. For something completely different, listen to my other podcast, Fan Fiction Theater.
As the world unravels under the weight of an immortal sorcerer's despair,
Tula must confront the man who quite literally stole her heart.
along with a cunning demon bound to her by desperate choices, she journeys through a land scarred by destruction, seeking to be made whole again before darkness consumes everything. A tale of resilience, Reckoning and the Cost of Hope. A Bird for a Heart explores what it means to hold on to your humanity when the world demands you let it go. A Bird for a Heart is a fantasy fiction podcast, written and recorded by Michael J. Patrick.
Available wherever fine podcasts are found.